Hi there, Mark Manley, Elder at Oxygen Life. Today I want to talk into understanding the prophetic, sometimes not fully understood, not walked in correctly. So what is prophecy, first off? In 1 Corinthians 14:3 we see the following: "But he that prophesies speaks edification and exhortation and comfort to men." And that's what prophecy is. But the prophetic, it's a bigger term than just that, and so I want to unpack that today. Derek Morphew said in his book, Demonstrating the Kingdom, he said, "Prophecy therefore functions as an umbrella term for all the phenomena that fall under it: tongues, healing, revelatory gifts, dreams and visions. In a sense, all the charismatic gifts." That's what it's all about. Smith Wigglesworth, renowned for having a really powerful ministry, was asked what was the secret to the power of God in his life. And he said, "At the slightest whisper of the Holy Spirit, I turn aside immediately to obedience." And we saw what his life was like. How many people were raised from the dead, how many people were healed, how many people were saved under his ministry. And just maybe, if we as a church walk in what he walked in, because it's available to everybody. It's not only special men or supermen. There are no supermen within the church. We're all believers, but for those who will push into this, maybe we'll walk as a church in this, and maybe we'll see something of the prayer of Jesus coming to pass in our day, where he prayed in John 17, "Father, I pray that they may be one as I am one." So let's unpack the prophetic. And I've segregated the gifts of the Holy Spirit, the 9 gifts, into 2 sections. One I've called the power gifts, and the other I've called the vocal gifts. So the power gifts are faith, healings, working of miracles. The gift of faith, supernatural endowment of faith, where the Holy Spirit gives you the ability to believe for something that is virtually impossible. We saw Jesus do this, where he commanded a storm to cease, and it did immediately. That very same gift is available to us as believers today. The gifts of healing, a plural word. And I think the word gifts is plural there because it's about the administration of healings and how it happens. Okay, and what healings is, it's about people who have a medical condition that could be dealt with medically, but it's dealt through prayer. So it can be from a small headache to a broken arm to appendicitis, where you're healed. Okay, and it's reversed, and you don't have to go to a doctor. Not that we're against doctors, but this is so much better sometimes. And then we have the working of miracles, and the word miracles there in Greek is the word dynamis. So it's the working of divine power of God. And this then deals with something where it goes against the impossibility of medical science very often. So you will see somebody, for instance, with polio, where they get hands laid upon them, and the limb that is affected or afflicted by polio instantaneously recovers and grows back out. And I've seen that, where atrophied muscles were restored, the arm grew fully, completely out, took our breath away. Maybe we'll see that get restored to the church as well, the working of miracles. Then I get to the vocal gifts, as I call them, and it's prophecy, word of knowledge, wisdom, discerning of spirits, tongues, and interpretation. So let's look at the word of knowledge. Again, what is the word of knowledge? And it's exactly that word. It's knowledge, but it's supernaturally gleaned, where the Holy Spirit will give you information about a specific person or a situation, where he will give their name, where they live, their address, and it grabs the attention of the person. It can be even about what they've had happened to them in the past, a wound, etc., where God is getting their attention. I know you, and I want to deal with this, and I want to minister to this, and I want to heal it. Then you get the word of wisdom. This is supernatural wisdom, and it talks to the future, and it talks to what to do and how to do it in terms of strategy to reach an outcome that God is wanting in a situation. It can be talking to your business, it can be talking to your family, it can be talking to your relationships, your marriage, etc. It's wisdom on a supernatural level. Then you get the discerning of spirits, a gift that we seriously lack today in the church. And here it's not about just discerning the demonic, but it's about discerning the whole spiritual realm, from the angelic to the demonic, to what God is doing, to even the thoughts and intents of people's hearts and their spirits. Very, very powerful gift, and it's very, very needed in the church today. Then you get the gift of prophecy. Gift of prophecy is prophetic. It has a triune purpose. It talks to edification, it talks to encouragement, and it talks to comfort. and I'm going to unpack the elements of a prophetic word in a latest video clip, where I'll really unpack this and give you greater understanding of this word, of this gift. And then finally, the gift of diverse tongues and the gift of the interpretation of tongues. Two separate gifts, but always operating in conjunction. So the prophetic gift will come through tongues when an unknown tongue is given, and then the interpretation follows. And it's always prophetic in nature. You can have forthtelling and foretelling elements to it, but it will talk to the future. It can talk to what God is going to do. A gift that was very prevalent in the day when I got saved. Not seen much nowadays, but a gift that is there, and we need to see it restored. A very, very powerful gift. So that's a quick summation of the prophetic and the gifts. I hope I've whet your appetite to push deep into this, giving you more insight into what the prophetic is, and I trust you've been blessed. Shots, guys. Bless you all.